I'm Molly.
And I'm Maggie.
And we're your KLIN
anchors for today. On this day in history, February 12th, if your birthday is today, you share it with Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin was a naturalist who studied evolution by natural selection.
You might be learning about him in your science classes.
The interesting word of the day is
natation, which is another word for swimming.
Speaking of swimming,
the oldest swimming stroke is the breaststroke,
which is also the slowest stroke swum in the Olympics.
Speaking of the Olympics, they have started and a few gold medals have gone out to some Americans.
The U.S. has already won 2 gold medals.
They were won by the snowboarder Jamie Anderson and the other snowboarder, Red Gerard.
Red Gerard is also from Colorado.
That's all for us, Lancers!
What's going on, Lincoln Lancers? My name is Jaden.
And I'm KLIN, and welcome to the sports broadcast.
Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. Last week, there were incredible matches for
Wrestling and girls basketball. The 7th grade girls basketball lost against Weber after holding them to just 10 points in the first half.
the 8th grade went into a tough battle against Weber and lost.
Also, last week the 7th grade girls basketball went against Bolts and won in a great game.
The 8th grade also went against the Bolts and lost in a difficult game.
The wrestlers had 2 great matches last week where they lost against Weber and lost against Bolts. Congratulations to Tony Garcia and Jose Bernal for being undefeated.
Germany is in the lead of the Winter Olympics with 4 gold medals and 2 bronze, with a total of 6 medals, with the Netherlands not that far behind.
That's all for the sports today.
So my passion is really writing and recording my own music, songs that I've written since probably I was in 8th grade.
How are you introduced to your passion?
I think it really started when I first started listening to popular music and learned to play the drums, and I started my own band when I was in about 7th grade and had a couple of friends that played guitar, and we started playing music together.
What's your favorite part so far about writing and recording music?
I think the really best part is listening to each track as I add things to it, because I do multi-track recording. So I start with usually a piano or a guitar or a background part, and then I start adding other instruments. And every time I put the headset on and listen to a new track as I'm recording it, it starts to sound fuller and more like a full band each time I add something. So it's a real rush, just enjoying that.
What's the hardest thing about it?
The hardest thing is probably being so fussy about how things turn out and not liking the sound of either my own voice or the way I sing or play a certain part. So there's a lot of redo and a lot of cutting and editing and reworking of things.
What events has writing and recording music got you involved with?
Well, probably the one part of it that became a disappointment was that I've never really managed to get my music published. So I really have just sort of used my ability to create and record things to teach that kind of style to my students, to my choirs, even to my band or jazz band. So I try to take the ability to put music together, even and use it for my classes, even as far as making accompaniment backups for my choir with the piano.
If there's any advice you have for future students who would be interested in writing and recording music, what do you think it would be?
I would say just really don't hesitate to keep working and always trying to perfect what you can do to make it better. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of practice, and a lot of patience.
Thank you, Mr. P.
I'm Mr. Penapinto, and this is my passion for music that I make.
Hi Lancers! In 7th grade we are doing a project over the next couple of weeks in geography. We are creating books, not just any books, textbooks. These textbooks are going to the kids in Ghana. First we have to make a plan. In my geography class we each picked a partner and then picked a topic to teach to 2nd and 3rd graders about. After we make our plan, we will write a short paragraph on each scene including of at least 5 pages. Finally, each page must include a picture along with the paragraph. The picture is first a rough draft on our plan. Then we take our time to draw them out on nice paper. We finally scan them and add them to the slides that they belong on. These books are called digital books. The pictures will be made on paper, then put onto a Google slide with the rest of our work. The reason that we are making these books is so that the kids in Ghana have as big a chance to learn as we do.
Hello Lancers, this is a big year for 8th graders. Not only is high school right around the corner, but we are also learning important subjects in English. Regarding English, 8th grade and honors English are learning about the Holocaust. It was a devastating genocide, which is where a certain group of people are targeted and killed. In this case, mainly Jews were targeted. It is so vital for students to learn about this so that we don't repeat history and learn to treat others with compassion. On a positive note, the 8th grade GT English are doing inquiry projects. It is where they go into depth on a certain subject and complete it by May. Some people are planning trips, cooking food, and even learning new languages like sign language and French. Others are going another route in writing songs, learning how to play instruments, and writing and directing a play. It's an opportunity to make social, global, and personal discoveries while taking risks. That being said, all 8th graders are doing something that educates them about the world around them. The next step is high school. This Friday, 8th graders are taking a field trip to their high school. High school is creeping up slowly and surely, so make sure to practice doing all of your work and getting grades up in classes. We want you to see you graduate prepared for high school. That's all from me today. Have fun on Friday, 8th graders. See you soon.
What 2 keys can't open any doors?
I don't know.
A monkey and a donkey.
I have a good one. What never asks questions but is often answered.
I don't know.
A doorbell.
Billy had to choose between 3 rooms. One room is full of fire, the other one is filled with venomous snakes, and the third is full of lions that have not eaten in 3 years. Which is the safest?